fear. Currency flowing, surfing the waves. Super alpha, omega leading the way. Enigma bot whispering over the night. Making moves and everything's tight. Charts on my canvas, I paint it with trades. Candlesticks dance as the profits cascade. Bears and bulls, they come and they go. But I hold my ground, watch the capital grow. Risk and reward, it's all in the game. Algo box guiding, no need for fame. Late nights grinding, I stay in the zone. Counting blessings as I claim the throne. On the track that we trade way up. Takes like and we never give up. Algo box, I'm showing the way. Money flowing in from night to day. On the track that we trade way up. Now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. On the track that we trade way up. Now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. RSI rising back, fees on point. Enigma bot whispers, I'm on the brink. Scalping quick, I'm catching the highs. Swinging it slow as the value flies. Algo bot flashing numbers align. Leverage high, but I stay in my prime. Candles don't tell the story they tell. Building my wealth, I see order slow. Flow master guiding every move I make. I'm riding these waves, watching prices break. Super moon glowing, markets in sync. Algo box leads, I never need to think. Patience plays, every step's precise. Algorithm flowing, my trades suffice. Ticks in my pocket, the game's been won. Trade until the setting of the sun. On the track that we trade way up. Takes like and we never give up. Algo box, I'm showing the way. Money flowing in from night to day. On the track that we trade way up. Now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. On the track that we trade way up. Now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. Fibonacci tracing, watching it fall. Retracing, it's clear, I answer the call. Confluence hits, I stay in my lane. Algo box whispers, we play the game. Flow master showing me where to go. No fear in sight, I'm moving with flow. Rolling Japan, squeezing so tight. Everything I do, it feels so right. On the track that we trade way up. Takes like and we never give up. Algo box, I'm showing the way. Money flowing in from night to day. On the track that we trade way up. Now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. On the track that we trade way up. Now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. Now we trading way up. Late nights counting profits, stack up. Now we trading way up. Algo box leading us back up. Algo box showing. On the track that we trade way up. Takes like and we never give up. Algo box hoping never trades out. Money flowing and we always pay up. On the track that we trade way up. Now we trading.
Alrighty then, mic check, mic check. Let's see, some of our visuals are not quite working there on the live stream. Not sure what's going on with some of the video. Let's see if this one works here. Nope. All right, that's all right. We'll get to it here this morning. It is 8:51, about 9 minutes before 9 a.m. Market opens at 9:30, so we got about 40 minutes pre-market. It is after a holiday, so let's get through our checklist. One of those items that I think I missed from Friday. I did not realize that it was Memorial Day weekend on Friday as we traded. Didn't really impact us specifically, although it could have. And yesterday thought that it would have been an full day off, half day off yesterday. But I definitely took some time off there with the fam. Hopefully you guys had a great extended weekend there. If you got some trading time in on Monday, it was probably super slow. Probably would have been better time spent maybe in market replay, especially if you're new. You've been around a while though. Probably a bit of a grinder there. It looks like, well, let's get through our checklist here this morning. Let's pull this over here. And let's go pre-market checklist. One of the first things I do want to do here first, though, as we get loaded, I noticed a couple of things here. Did we? Yeah, okay, real-time protection. Let's make sure we turn that real-time protection off there to get started. And let me lock in Tidewave Visualizer here, because while it looked like we were up and up and up here, I was looking over at the wave. I'm like, okay, we're well up here. We've got green on the channels, which is what we care about. So green for the wave. So I expected when I looked over at the tide for it to be green, but interesting. We have a red-green scenario here. Do you see it? If you do, type a 1. 2 if you're new, but we've got red coming in on the tide, green coming in on the wave right now. So let's lock that in on our tide wave visualizer here. So on the tide, we are actually red, and on the wave, currently green. So we've got trades in both directions here, lining up here pre-market so far. And let me move that back over here, and let's get through the rest of our checklist here this morning. All right, top of the list here, data feed connections. Yep, check that before it came on here. Although I guess for the live stream scenario here, I gotta check video stuff there. So it looked like my background was missing on my waiting room. There's usually a really cool background going on right here, and we're missing a couple of our other video items for visuals there. So hopefully that doesn't impact, I don't know, that could be indicative that I might be having a PC issue here this morning. I hope not, but that is lingering in the back of my mind right now from a hardware and software perspective. So hardware and software, I kind of want to reboot. If I wasn't on a live stream right now, honestly, I would reboot. I've got plenty of time pre-market here. Hopefully this is not impacting what I'm doing, but if I were, you know, coming into my checklist and I've got a problem there, I should be rebooting here. But let's see if we can keep the live stream going here this morning, and hopefully not impacted by that. But if it is, I'll have to we'll get a reboot there if we start to see any kind of lagging issues or something. All the charts came up fine this morning on first go, and we locked in on full auto across all 6 instruments here so far. Market does seem to be going pretty slow right now, so I don't know that I could have a good indicator there, because the problems show up when you start to have racing conditions where you get that fast market activity, lots of data coming in, lots of bars needing to be printed. So I don't know if I've got a good test on that right now, but I will keep that in the back of my mind here. I note that we may have a hardware software issue here this morning. So number 2 on the list here, I do need to take note of day of the week. We're actually on a Tuesday that feels like a Monday, coming in after a holiday. Let's go time of day. We just talked about that here right before 9. We got plenty of time. Let's get the news running here this morning. On the news list here at, do we have 9 a.m.? We do. We actually have a news event, multiple news events coming out here in 4 minutes at 9 a.m. We've got ECB member speaking. We've got the Case-Shiller Index 20 year over year coming out. We've got U.S. House Price Index year over year coming out. And month over month U.S. House Price Index. I'm showing this at 9 a.m. here, coming up in about 4 minutes. I'm going to refresh just to check on that. Yes. Okay, this might be because of the holiday. They're slipping that in there. We also have 10 a.m. U.S. CB consumer confidence there at 10 a.m. and Dallas Fed manufacturing at 10:30, and 6-month bill auctions there at 11:30. So it does seem like we've got a full day of volatility events there with news schedules throughout the morning here before noon, and we are also coming in after a holiday. When that happens, that we get that extra volatility. It's like the pent-up order action from the prior day comes into this day, so we can see some extended moves. We could see extra volatility here today. That's great for us intraday traders, but something to take note of as we're going into the morning. Okay. Got the news. FOMC. Nope. Holidays. Yes, we just talked about that. It was a holiday, so we've got that extra juice that's coming in there today. Kind of, it compresses the week and usually comes in the day after that holiday, banking holiday, where they've got that time off. Earnings, won't need to worry about that till end of day. Here we had Nvidia recently last week, and that's probably a pretty big market mover. I see we gapped up pretty heavy over the weekend. Let's see, that was the 24th. Yeah, big gap up from Friday. Okay. And let's see, gears. I'm on 5s, but this is feeling pretty slow here. I may go down to the 4s here this morning if the market ends up continuing to kind of be slower than normal there. We'll notice that in the first 5 minutes to see how volatile that first 5 minutes is after the US Open. And I might make adjustments to what algo bar I'm entering in on the lowest time frame here for my discretionary / cyborg trading here this morning. Contract dates. We don't have any contract rollovers that I'm aware of at the moment. We're at the 26th, so we are coming to the end of a month. We will have crude oil rolling over next week. Actually, I guess that would be this Friday. This Friday, contract rollover for crude oil. Wave ranges.
20 year on year.
It is a. You need to check the wave ranges actually, because today is technically like a Monday. So I'm going to go to the premium chat area, and we're going to pull this up. If you're new with us, you may not know what this is, but you've been around with us for a while. You should be familiar with what this is. So this is how we keep in tune with the markets. We do the optimizations for you. What we really care about are these 2 rows here on the left, right?
So Fed's fund rate at 3.62%.
Okay, that's that news coming out here in about 15 seconds. Here's what I'm looking for right here. NQ is going to be 27.
10 seconds.
That is a significant change from last week. So I'm going to get that locked in here. 27R. All right.
0.83%, 0.83%, lower than forecast of 0.9%. US house price index year on year, 1.7%, 1.7%. US house price index month on month, 0.1%, 0.1% as expected.
Okay.
Prior advice for US K-Shadow 20 year on year, 0.92%, 0.92% compared to the original prior of 0.9%.
All right, so there's that news. Audio box indicating it's not
ECB
that
7 says
big of a
ECB
change.
somewhere between baseline and adverse scenarios.
Okay.
ECB bond holdings under PEP 1.34 trillion euros as of last week, and the ECB settled at 226.2 billion euros of corporate bond purchases. The ECB settled 1.739 trillion in public sector bond purchases, and the ECB says forex reserves rose 1.5 billion euros to 342.3 billion euros.
All right, so there's again multiple news events there coming out right at 9 a.m. just a moment ago, and generally I want to sit on hands for 2 minutes before the news, 3 minutes after, to kind of let some of that shake out, unless it's an absolutely perfect play in the direction of the nerd plus the arrow. Then we might be looking for a play. Currently sitting at neutral on the nerd and arrow red. We're gonna be looking for 5 trades here this morning. So mentally for my prep, I'll be thinking, all right, 5 trades here this morning. Let's get through the rest of our checklist. I locked in the 27 range for my wave chart, and again, that's for optimizations for the week. We put those out on Sunday night or early Monday morning, or in a case where we're on a Tuesday, which is like a Monday because we're coming in after a Monday holiday. Today is like a reset of the beginning of the week. Today's kind of treated like a Monday here on a Tuesday after a Monday news event. ATMs. Don't need to worry about that right now. MACV Ultimate, we got that going. Speedometer, super slow. We talked about it a moment ago. Audio box is on and rolling. P&L cadence. We've been on a steady clip. Green days and distractions. I'm a little distracted by the fact that some of my video content stuff is not coming up there, and worried about the streamer machine here. And hopefully that does not become an issue. So I do have a slight distraction there this morning. So I'll be cautious out the gate on my first trade. Speaking of my first trade, one of the other items I need to check on hardware, make sure my hotkeys are working. See, my hotkey software is up and rocking, which indicates that it should be working just fine. And I have a wired keyboard. So one of those things, if you are on wireless, and other people, you know, everybody loves wireless stuff. I'm not a big wireless fan for multiple reasons. Also, I'm not a person who puts on wireless headphones. I don't know why I would want to put more wireless devices next to my brain. I would not, just pro tip, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Unless you want to cook your brain, but you know, you do you. They look so cool though. I don't know about that. I think they kind of look stupid too. Hey, that's just me. But wireless keyboards, also think there's a slight delay. They claim that there's not, so it could have whatnot, but then you got to worry about, okay, well then you have, what do they call it? Battery stress, charging stress. What's that called? You're worried or nervous that, do I have enough charge in my battery? But yeah, if you're on a wireless keyboard, make sure your batteries are charged up. Same thing with your mouse. And a lot of people love the freedom of my mouse. Yeah, you know what's funny? Interestingly enough, all freedom comes with a cost. All freedom has a cost. Let's see. We had a shark back play on the 27 here this morning. High time frame, nice touch there. So as we locked in the 27 range there, proved to be a very nice optimization overnight. We got a beautiful divergence at the top of the channel for this down move. I'd say something that didn't necessarily call a awesome play here. It's held the market there on the 2-2, but we didn't get like some straight up move afterwards. It's debatable depending on whether you're waiting through this was a good call on that 22 Enigma there. But then we're up here on this shark back play, and that was absolutely perfect. That is a super shark back play. Super because the Ready DD also showed up right there as well. So on top of the shark back line entry location, pinpoint entry location there for a drop of, again, these are going to be 27 ticks each. It's the 27 range bar. So on a down move for that, it's going to be over 100 plus ticks there. It says it's 101 to the bottom, but with overlaps there, looks like about a 4-bar drop there over 27/25. Easy numbers there. Going to be about a 100 tick drop there for the shark back, just to target one. Target one going to be 100 ticks off of that shark back. I do hear some continued down beats there on audio box. It is 9:05, 25 minutes to the US Open. I'll be looking to take 5 trades here this morning. Within those 5 trades, I would like winner chicken dinner, and then I'll look for a bonus to push it over the edge. How is everybody doing? Music, sound, how's the sound doing? Can everybody hear me all right? Music to audio ratio there, hopefully it's good. Get our checklist off the plate there. And I'll be looking for a 2-step filter entry. Starting with the nerd, I want to be in the direction of the nerd for plays for runners. Remember, this is a runner filter. You can use it for a perfect play, you know, type of scenario. If you're like, well, I only want to take plays that have runner capacity to them, then trade in the direction of the nerd. If I'm going to play against this, it needs to be a perfect play for a strategy. One of my favorite strategies needs to show up. Speaking of your favorite strategies, remember, as you're going through the 8-day boot camp, you need to choose 4 or 5 of our strategies for you. That needs to be like your makeup of your restaurant. You're going to pick out your menu at your restaurant. What's going to be on your menu? Pick out 4 or 5 perfect dishes that you want to be serving up. Okay, don't be a Walmart trader. Walmarts require lots of people to run. Okay, Walmarts can sell everything. You don't need to be Walmart. Okay, you don't need to have every single strategy and take every single trade, every single setup. Use 4 or 5 that are yours, have that master niche, and be a master of those. Okay, no jack of all trades, master of none. I want you to be master of 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. That is the general idea. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just talking to a younger version of myself. I'm just here to demonstrate how I use the tools. You can learn when I win. You can learn when I lose. Okay. 2-step filter, the nerd plus the arrow, what I kind of call the local. So this is, I kind of think of this as being distant. This is going to be the NASDAQ. Whoops. It's off always on top here for a moment. So I can draw on it. The nerd, NASDAQ, ES, RTY, and the Dow. That is the remote information that we get from other instruments. When I go to NQ on the Mac V local, I'm going to get that local to the NASDAQ. And this most recent arrow is what I care about there. So currently we got a red. I would like that to line up here. Neutral. We're going to have a bias to the short side right now, right? Because we are neutral on the nerd, red on the arrow. Makes sense. Now that was a perfect what? Pop quiz. What is that play called right there? You've been through our strategy videos. You should be able to name this one. Type it there in the chat. If you got it, type it quickly. So don't cheat. Don't look around at everybody else's answers. Type it in the chat. What is that called? Let's see if we got that going there this morning. Warm up the chat. I'm going to pop the chat up here on screen. Still pre-market here. Got about 20 minutes to the US Open. I want you guys to be awesome traders. I'm here to make the world's greatest traders. I'm not here to make just profitable traders. I want to create the world's greatest traders with ALGO box traders. Let's roll. That was a super AO, yes, and the extra bonus points, we do have a Titanic zone here going on as well with a 1, 2, 3, 4, looking like a little jail sale going on there. That is a TZ. I see a lot of people typing that in the chat as well. So you have a Titanic zone plus that entry that I was talking about there. Just the entry alone is called the Super AO. So we got the Alpha Omega, and it's super because we also got the Ready DD right on top of it. So you got the double delta plus a 4.9 right there on the AO. Very nice. Super AO plus Titanic zone there for the drop. The call for that would have moved. It's about 112 tick opportunity there. Plenty to get T1, T2 scenario out there. Now, did it also correlate with a higher time frame play? It did. You had the shark back here on the 9s to the tick, literally to the tick. Tapped the back of the shark back, going all the way to the front of that one. And of course, we showed a moment ago on the optimized range, all that confluence, multi-time frame analysis. You also had the confidence of the higher time frame play opportunity as well to be able to hold out runners. Make sense? The 4DD made the TZ correct. Yes, in fact, you only need 3 to be a Titanic zone. So as far as getting that type of information, if you are in our documentation section, I'll show you how you would find something like that. So if you hear us mention the Titanic zone and you want the details, you come right up here in the ask section here, and I'll just type in Titanic here. That should probably get us. There we go. See a little drop down suggestion for strategies called Titanic zone. That'll take us here, and we'll walk into it. So this one's showing an example with 4 stacks. The Titanic, I think of it as a Titanic boat that sank. Usually takes a little bit of time, which that one probably did. Took a little bit of time there to sink there this morning, but it is technically 3. and you can read all about that. And as you're going through the documentation, not only will you get the visuals and the written documentation, then we will follow it up with usually multiple videos down here. There's going to be one with me walking it through, and then we have oftentimes some more professionally done videos. This one has not been done by our professional team yet, but there will be another video right above this, one or two videos above this, where we have a quick version, and then a little bit of a longer version. Let's look down here in like the headshot for an example. So yes, we'll have our more professional videos here done by our professional video team there for the headshot video, and then me walking through examples and my Crayola drawings, like coming up to the drawing board and walking through and talking through those as well. So that's how our documentation is laid out there. And if you've not gotten through our boot camp is going to cover the entire documentation from top to bottom. We'll go through every detail, all the parameters of our strategies, of our setups, and all the indicators and all that kind of fun stuff. So if documentation bores you like it does most, but you need to learn it, you need to apply it and lock it into your brain, that 8-day boot camp is there for you. Currently free. It will be behind the paywall when we get that finished out with our web team. So definitely want to get on that. I did not get that AO where you got it. Post a screenshot in the public chat. Big scary number up above. What did I miss, Pete? Big scary number up above.
Enigma short on the GC2.
Let's see. Good morning, Eddie. What's up, brother? You said 30,000 on NQ. Can you show us where you're talking about that, my friend? You're saying up above. I mean, where? What are you saying? Speak. Oh, I'm over here looking for 30,000 like delta number. 30,000, you're just talking about the price? I got you. Yeah, I'm not sure what's scary about that, but cool. Let's see. It'd be scary if that was at 30,000 delta. I'm like, where am I missing at 30,000 delta? Like the most recent delta, I'm over here looking at deltas. I'm like, I mean, I saw this one. I was like, it's like 1,000. Okay. So if you are not getting the same AO, so that's going to be your settings. So if you go right click and go to indicators, there's an AO tuning video. So those of you guys who are saying that your settings are not matching, how many of you guys? I see 2 people at least saying that. Dat dude is on fire, says he doesn't have it as well as Iran. So both of you guys, are you familiar with AO tuning? The AO tuning video, go through the AO tuning video on that. Mine is relatively low right now. I've got that there for a reason, because I'm playing slightly higher time frames because of the current volatility. So my low strength value threshold is a 4.4, fairly low. So if you're not getting what I get, I'm currently running a lower number than normal. because I'm running on a larger bar than normal. Does that make sense? So I'm running up here on the 5s. I'm adjusting for that. This is all walked through and talked through in the tuning video. Okay, this is one of the few things that I don't say you need to adjust, but one of the few things that I change on a regular basis to keep in tune with the markets, and again, based on volatility, which is what's happening with the market. So I'm on a 4.4. If you're ever wanting to get my settings, remember, as a premium member, now, Karan, I believe you're, according to the colorings of your name in the chat, you're on a 2-week free trial. So you won't have access to be able to get my community workspace area, but I do have that downloadable for premium members. Dat Dude is on fire. You can always grab my live stream layout there. You can grab that in the community workspaces section and download it, and you can get my settings from there or use my layout. Yeah, I see that dude, yours is set to 4. Let's see. Draw back 500. I'm not sure. Other things. So for data, I'm on probably 1 day of data. Yeah, I'm on 1 day of data right now. So how many days of data are you on as well? Remember, those numbers that are popping out are relative. Thank you, Eddie. So Eddie just posted the AO tuning video there for you guys as well. Let me get the chat here on screen. Yeah, enterprise psychological level. I thought, yeah, you think that because you learned that from somewhere else. Have I ever talked about those numbers meaning something? Actually, I think I might have, like a very, very first video, but I'm usually using it as examples of stuff that normies look at, and I'm using it as like a negative, I believe. Now there could be, something that occurs at that level, but I just tell people all the time, like, just really get really good at your strategy and your set of strategies, and it won't matter. Take your 2-step filters and then execute your plays. Those may give you more opportunities at those locations, but it's like, what are you going to do with the psychological level? Right? I mean, they'll talk all about that stuff on Twitter. They'll talk all about that stuff at rooms where they don't have advantages like we have, where they don't have quantitative values, where they don't have the RTFA that we have, real-time order flow analysis. They don't have power structures. We've got power structures plus RTFA that we combine with our systems and things of that sort. So again, I always encourage people, like, erase all that nonsense you got in your brain from other places, right? If it didn't come from me, like, it didn't come from me, take an E, just saying. And by the way, there's always reasons for the things that I tell you to do. I promise there is a reason. I am OCD about things. Again, I'm not trying to, like, here's the thing. People want a validation of, like, well, why listen to this guy? Okay, a couple of things. I was a valedictorian in my high school class. I was president of McKinney Texas A&M University. I am just OCD about a lot of things. I have won 4 trading competitions. I think I kind of might know some things. I've had a lot of time to think about a lot of things in life, maybe more so than, for the last 10 years, I hadn't worked for anybody but myself, and this whole thing that we do here, you came in, you're like, well, I spent the last 3 years in it. That is 3 years versus 20 years is not the same. You know what I mean? So there's a reason. Also, I am obsessed with finding the easiest way to get to a solution. It makes me a great programmer, but also makes me a great trader. The simplest solution is the best solution. When 2 solutions provide the same answer, Occam's razor applies, in my opinion. Occam's razor, KISS theory, keep it simple, stupid. that there's an efficiency with it, right? I know there's some debate there this morning whether somebody should be marking up their charts. If I tell you to mark up your charts, guess what? There's a reason. I promise you there's a reason. If you think it would be better for people not to mark up their charts, and I say it's better if people mark up their charts, I promise you there's a reason. And I'm going to go ahead and walk through all the reasons why you should mark up your charts. And for those in leadership, they should definitely be marking up their charts when possible, because here's the thing. We're trying to lead as examples. Or do you think that it's not helpful for you to see me, the founder, to trade? You're like, well, I could just learn it from your documentation. So you don't want to see me take the trades like either? Like, it's weird, right? No, you need to see it over and over again. You need to see it the right way, and you need to see the person who's telling you to do the thing, like actually do the thing. Like, I always find it ironic, all these, you know, gurus that are like, journal your trades, journal, write your stuff down, take the time to, like, I think it's a complete waste of time. Like, you don't get better at trading by writing stuff down unless it is taking notes on what you should be doing, like learning from me. If I tell you to do this during a strategy, initially, yes, but this whole thing where you're like journaling the same stuff that you see day over day, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna write this down. How did I feel during that trade? What happened with that trade? That's dumb. That's such a waste of time, complete waste of time. And then what's funny is they tell you to do that, and you're like, where's your journal? Where's your journal? Show us your journal then, Mr. Tell everybody to do journals. Well, I'm not going to show you. It's my private notes. Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, sure, buddy. I bet you sit there all day and handwrite in your journal. I bet that's a great idea. That is amazing. That's such a waste of effing time. Yeah, please waste more time. Or you could just take a screenshot. Picture's worth 1,000 words. Take a screenshot of interesting plays, save them in a folder somewhere, and then when you're flipping back through them, your brain will recognize that and it'll recall all that type of stuff, because you're going to see it on the chart. Your text has no translation to the chart. It's why you wouldn't appreciate my documentation. If my documentation, and by the way, I am a follower of what I preach there, okay? I think that a picture's worth 1,000 words. So what do I give you in my documentation? Pictures. Moving pictures. Giphy's even better, right? When we've got a trade going to target. Not all of these have that, but a lot of them have Giphy's going to target, right? In the videos, I show you trades going to target. Picture's worth 1,000 words. Video is worth millions of words, okay? If you're going to be taking journaling notes, you should be really good with the screenshot utility, which is why in video number 1, I tell you, get good at screenshots. It still breaks my heart on a regular basis when you guys ask questions in the chat without a screenshot. You're wasting my time. You're wasting your time. It's disrespectful to not include a screenshot with our stuff because it's wasting my time. I have to ask you 1,000 follow-up questions, or our tech support team too. And plus, you need to get good at doing it. I'm the coach on the sidelines. I know you're like, I get this all the time. Oh, Vinny, you're mean. Listen, I am the coach on the sidelines yelling at you because I want you to succeed. I'm the only person in your adult life who's going to yell at you to tell you to do the right thing. Because I don't care if you don't like it. I know what you need. Okay? I know what you need, and I want you to succeed. Okay? So take those screenshots. Get good at taking those screenshots. If you want to, a guy who pretends to be good and all that, then but he's super nice, go hang out with Mike Schwartz. Okay? I mean, there's plenty of nice guys out there. The nice guy routine, that's great, but you're not going to get good at trading. Okay? I'm here to make you get good at trading. Make sense? Let's see. Next. I don't care about how smart you are. I care about the truth you tell. Give it to us straight, whether you like it or not. Your experience is the best out there on YouTube. Yeah, buddy. Your mic is a bit far. Voice is a bit less. Okay, so we're gonna close. Much. Okay. The same ready DDs. Okay. But yeah, if you posted a screenshot, that was super helpful, by the way, for that dude. So he posted his screenshots. And so now, okay, 3 days of data. So you might want to try 1 day of data there if you want to get the exact thing. In the end, this can happen right after a holiday. Okay, because here's the thing. Like, we just had a holiday, which is why I also said, hey, it's on our checklist. Is it a holiday? Things might be a little bit out of the norm. We also had a giant gap up. My data probably doesn't include that gap data. Why? Let's see who can think about this one. why would my data currently with 1 day of data not include necessarily the gap up from Friday? Think about it. How many days ago was Friday now after a holiday? Right? Quite a few days, right? Exactly, a little more days. So remember that these numbers, I'm also giving you relative strength. What is relative strength? Well, it is not an absolute strength, because that wouldn't be very useful in my opinion, because then you'd have to adapt to, well, what is a morning time? Is this afternoon time? And if you don't understand my whys, I promise you, there's a reason. Yeah, and the only reason I even mentioned earlier about, like, you know, how smart I am or what I've done is because there's an accolade of my knowledge and my information is also not just normie stuff. Okay, it's not going to be normal. There's a reason. If you need doubt, and I only say this to the doubters. Okay, a smart person doesn't need to know. You probably already just know. Like, smart people just know. But listen, I'm trying to hit all denominators of people type. Make sense? We got 2 minutes till the US Open here, so let's get rocking and rolling. I can see the market starting to pick up here a little bit. All right, time for the video game. Let's see, 928 and into now a green shark on the 27s. Yeah, I think the US Open here, first 5 minutes here, tends to shake things up a bit. Currently, Nerd just went red for the first time here this morning on the Nerd. All 4 correlated instruments
1 minute remaining.
now working to the sell side. Well, 3 out of the 4. Still red arrow. Is that jagged on the tape? Well, we're about to have a wild open, so I'm not gonna try to part hairs there, but it does look like there was jagged on the tape there at 9:01. That might have been from the news event there, so I'm not gonna really call jagged warning as of right now. That is a super AO, but we are red and red right now, so I'm not gonna grab a super AO long right there, but that is oftentimes a super AO to the long side going on right there.
10 seconds. Market on open, imbalance, S&P 500.
Okay, ended up being a nice little up move there.
100 at sell side, 73 million. Dow 30 at sell side, 27 million. Mag 7 at sell side, 42 million.
Okay, I'm gonna grab this short right here. That is a super headshot at the high of day there. I do hear buyers stepping in here. We are red on top there, a little bit of a generally a bad idea to take trades in that first 5 minutes, but that's his absolutely perfect play set up there. Had to give it a little shot, and there we go. Beautiful, $3,500 off of the first play there this morning. That is a super, I mean, there's so many things going on there. That is a super power headshot, super PRZ, PRZ cross, power PRZ cross. So much combination going on there after a multi-leg into the area and came up fast. Not gonna last. Beautiful play setup. Trade number 1. Let's go. $3,500 on the first play. And again, the only thing that was making me nervous on that a little bit was the time of day there, right? 1 minute past the US Open, but that was just too much juice coming in on that play to let that one pass up. I mean, there was such a mouthful on that. I don't even know. I mean, you went into high of day. I mean, you could have typed, you know, popping back and retesting high of day as well. And I mean, there was a double gold line target about, I mean, just so many things. Like, I at least had to give it a shot on that one. Another superpower, super AO. This is probably trade number 2 right there. Am I going to get the shot? Coming up, and okay, I'm going to Seuss entry on this one.
Fib.NQ on the 27.
We are red, but we have a green arrow. Looking to see if I can get a red arrow with this. Okay, we're coming down. Pop up. King timing. Oh. Seuss back at my POE. Feels a little trappish here.
Delta shift NQ on the 5.
Delta shift. If we can, there's 34, there's 40. I'll take half right there. And see if I can hold to opposing signal. There we go. Trade number 2, super AO. I was behind on it, but got in on some Seusses there. Hold to the opposing signal. There's the opposing signal. I'm getting in on the 9.2 super AO. Super AO, hold to the opposing signal, 5.6, and we're up 5,500. Winner, winner, chicken dinner there for the morning. All right, looking for the bonus now here this morning. Let's see if we got a bonus play or not. We've got, remember we have 10 a.m. news all the way back here at the P point. That is a power PRZ cross here, so we could see some continuation here. We just got a green arrow. If we get a red arrow, I will hit it for the bonus. There's the red arrow.
Harmonic NQ on the 5. Harmonic NQ on the 7. Harmonic NQ on the 77.
Again, just looking for a little bonus play here. And that will grab another 40 ticks off of the power PRZ, actually super, because we had a ready DD nearby as well. Super power PRZ short, top of the channel. Another beautiful play right there. $7,000 on the day, and that will give us winner, winner, chicken dinner 2 plus a bonus. 7K on the day. I got a lot to do. We've got 14 hours left on the Memorial Day sale, so grab it. I'll be updating the website here today. That will go up $50 a month here today. Thanks for hanging out here with me there this morning. Got lots to do. If you guys got questions, pop them there in the Discord channel chat, and I'll get them answered there. I'm going to be heading out here this morning. Hit that like button on the way out, and I will catch you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks for hanging out. See ya.